The Extraordinary Rendition of Janos Farkas. Chapter 27. The priest waited for his Gucci glasses to darken, and then stepped out of the Gulf Stream into the desert heat. He had not worn his cassock for some time, and the black cloth caught the sun and sucked it in. Inside his small black case was an Italian passport with his picture and the name Father Cristiano Ettore. The entry stamp in the passport was from 7 months earlier. If you were to ask him why he was there, he would tell you that he was a simple theological scholar studying the historic Christian city of Antioch. It was in Antioch that Christianity met with such success and received its name, although it was almost certainly only intended as a nickname by the Antiochians. He would show you notes in Italian for the treatise he was writing, but what he told you and what he showed you would be lies. It had been some time since the priest had told the truth. There was a small black Mercedes waiting for him at the end of the deserted airstrip. The keys were in it, along with a package containing several maps, well penciled with his Syrian travels, the address of his lodgings in Damascus, and an Italian-Arabic traveler's phasebook and dictionary. The woman in the door of the Gulf Stream gave him the finger. For his amusement, she had dressed as a nun and played the part of a virgin well, but he had been rough with her, perhaps a little too rough. Women in general, and nuns in particular, were his downfall. Raping 2 nuns and leaving one of them pregnant had caused his split from the Holy Roman Church. It is possible that the sex would have been swept under the table had he not also tortured the sisters. Inflicting pain was his pleasure, and he was defrocked without ceremony. His one regret in the whole affair was that the knife he put into the heart of the bishop who defrocked him had killed the man too quickly and without the requisite amount of pain the priest would have liked. No one looks for a defrocked priest, a priest who is also a cold-blooded killer, in Mecca, the city of the great Hajj. At least that is what the priest thought, until he was picked up by a group of armed Saudis. He was not taken to a police station, but to a palatial room where he waited alone for over 2 hours. The man who eventually came asked him in detail about the killing of the bishop. The priest denied nothing. His smile told all. The man took out a small bag of narcotics and asked the priest why this was in his possession. Although it was not his, the priest again denied nothing. He knew a setup when he saw one. The man said, "In my country, the penalty for smuggling narcotics is beheading." The man was Prince Howd, and the priest had been in his employment ever since. His 2 great qualities, lack of fear and lack of morals, had made him useful to the prince more than once. His assignment this time was to either rescue or kill a man he had heard of but had never met, a man called Janos Farkas. The GPS unit guided him out and onto the road to Damascus. Even though the day was in its prime and the heat stifling, the priest opened his window and sang arias from Verdi's operas into the desert air. That's the end of chapter 27. Tomorrow, chapter 28.